Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a Nomad game for you, not any BF games now. We're going to take a bit of a break from BF and bring you some Nomad games. And this Nomad game was the first Nomad game we played, and boy was it a good game. And you're going to see a lot of strategies being implemented, and specifically, as the title suggests, the power of monks. And how monks can really change the game, and as long as you are able to utilize monks, you can really shape the game to your advantage and bring back your score and ultimately win. So we'll be seeing a lot of monks, but now we're gonna see. If you're watching this, you're probably wondering what's gonna happen, and yep, this is happening. So what's happening now is that two players. Well, I can see that there is a town center here since I came in this direction and I spotted it, pardon me. I saw the town center, but Shadowfax hasn't seen my town center, so he has no idea what is about to come to him. And the fact that he's building a town center and we are neck and neck. Look at that, neck and neck. It seems I'm building it faster than him, so I'll be getting that first shot off. And the fact that I got the first shot off means that ultimately I will be the one who ends up destroying his town center. So this is gonna be quite interesting. But on this side, we can see that Venom is taking a rather calm approach. He's gonna be taking his little spot over here next to the sea, and I am wondering, where is his other villager? See, he built his town center with 3 villagers. Oh, he has a villager that's still on his way. We're seeing a house built, and oh my god, what a bad mistake that house was. We're gonna find, he's gonna finally realize, and at this point, Shadowfax realizes that he just got TC rushed, so now he's gonna be in a very bad situation. Already 50 HP lower, and I'm already attacking him a lot. I'm already building my villagers a lot, so I'm gonna immediately garrison them inside my town center. I'm gonna start destroying his. It's gonna be a lovely exchange, and this is what you're gonna see for the next 5 minutes in game, and this is what it is. So we have Venom who is just booming up, cutting wood, surprisingly. I wonder if he's going for a dock. Yep, he's going for a dock, so he's gonna go for that. He's got the largest population, of course. It not really surprising. I am getting popped, so I'm gonna start building my house to try and attack him. And we're finally seeing the first the start of a fire on his town center, and as you can see, really not going well for Shadowfax, and Shadowfax is ultimately going to be in a very bad position because of this. I ultimately chose this place because what I normally do in a Nomad game is I converge all 3 of my villagers that I find, because you start with villagers everywhere. I try and converge them to one point, and that one point that I converged them to was at this point here. As for Shadowfax, I'm not sure if he done the same thing, but I'm 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure actually, 90% sure that he came here because he saw the abundant, the amount of deer and the amount of boars on this side. So Shadowfax is going to abandon his town center. He knows he's not going to win, so he starts focusing on thing. That is actually the correct choice he could have made, because had he gone and completely made his units here, because when you rebuild your town center, it does cost wood. So if you're rebuilding and he goes below the 100 wood mark and he couldn't build his lumber camp, then it really would have been GG and game over for him at that point. Meanwhile, Venom's still booming up. He's got his fishing ships out, so surprisingly, I'm not sure what was going on with Venom, but he seems to have all of our populations are the same. Actually, sorry, my bad. My bad. I didn't realize that he does have 4 fish, so he's gonna have that eco. But he's going rather heavy on wood. Everyone is going rather heavy on wood at this moment, except for me. I managed to defeat his town center, so I'm just gonna start taking this deer for myself. I'm gonna speed up the game a bit, and we're gonna see Shadowfax. Shadowfax not gonna be a threat at this point in the game, as he doesn't have a town center. He's got limited amount of villagers, and he won't really be able to do much. So the main battle now is, I'm thinking, what can I do and how can I age up fast enough, efficiently, to try and get an advantage and bridge the gap between me and Venom at this point. And Venom's score is 100 points. He has more than 100 points, so he's doing very well for himself. His villager count is high. He's popped himself, but he's still going to be higher. It won't be a problem for him. What's to know is that if Shadowfax made his town center here, or just a bit more here, just a bit there, it would have led to me being in a very dangerous position, because I would have been sandwiched between 2 players. And the last thing you want to do in Nomad is be sandwiched between 2 players. This is one of the things I learned after having played this, and realizing that sometimes converging to 1 point isn't the best idea, and it's best to utilize one section. So one section which is near the water, but not too close, not a shoreline, not a shoreline city, but where this mill is, where this lumber camp is, a TC right here would have been perfect, because you got your water on the left, and you got less entrances to your side of the base, and that's really what you want in a Nomad game, because staying in the middle, I can be attacked in all directions. Luckily, there's a funnel in this way, and he has to come this way and around, but this side is completely exposed, and it would have been a very bad game if I had not destroyed Shadowfax's TC. Speaking of scores, where the score is just rising and rising, Venom is just doing a great job booming up, utilizing the shorefish, utilizing whatever he can to try and boom up. I don't believe he's going feudal anytime soon, so we're gonna speed this game up and let's see what happens. Right now, I'm getting my deer, I'm getting cutting wood, trying to basically trying to get to feudal age as fast as possible. And there we go. There's the time, and 12 minutes, pretty standard for any game. But most importantly for Nomad, this is really fast compared to what I'm doing. I do not have the resources at all to feudal age right now, and Venom is already feudaling. So this is going to be a very this will not be good for any of us. But here, I'm not sure what not really sure what he's trying to do here, but he does seem to move his villagers. I believe he was attacked. Was he? He was attacked by something, probably by wolves, because there are a lot of villagers on really low health. 2 of them actually. So he's gonna try and do something. Not sure where he's going. I secured the relic up here to try and take it for myself. Still nowhere near feudal, so I'm not looking good. Shadowfax, it's surprising that he decided to build a lumber camp here. Perhaps he spotted us, or perhaps he knows the location, or he thought this location was secure. But the irony is that of all locations to choose from, this is the location that's nearest to where he has LOS and line of sight. The irony is real, but of course he can't really see, as his villagers don't have that much range. Perhaps he'll be able to see them soon. Right now we're just pinging. I'm not sure why I pinged actually. Perhaps, really not sure why I pinged. But we're seeing outposts going up for Venom, and we're seeing a stable. So seeing a stable, being in feudal age, there's only one thing he can do, and he's doing a scout rush. He's going to wall up, stone wall. Good choice actually, as if he does completely stone wall a large section of the map, it'll be his until I can get to castle age, or I can do some damage. Perhaps if he did, perhaps cutting off half the map. I think I think in this position, if you're in a position where you have the higher score, you have the advantage, you have the dominance, you have that sea, a lot of fishing ships, 10 fishing ships, and that presence, then it's best to try and utilize and control most of the map. And making stone walls here is a great thing. So if you can continue the stone wall, making it here, perhaps continuing it up here, and then lastly continuing up here. Yes, it's going to cost a lot of gold, sorry, a lot of stone, but it's going to be alright. So as for why I pinged again over here to basically say Shadowfax is here, go there and attack here. So we're going to see that response we're going to see a response as to, we're going to see that response, and we're going to see why that response is actually not a good idea from them. We're seeing Galley, so he probably wants to protect his ships, but of course I don't think he knows that none of us are going to be in the water. He's in the water, so he has the water advantage. And again, this thing here, this is not good at all. Having walled up here, I could simply go around making these walls obsolete. Absolutely obsolete. And what's worse is the fact that if I go around and I start attacking and I block this passage off here, all these gold miners that are there, if there's no military to support it, these gold miners will be dead. And really, you don't really want that. And walling, you really should be finishing them walls. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Some delay time, but I will be going feudal very soon. We're seeing Shadowfax go all the way around, and I'm looking for him. I'm scouting and trying to see where Shadowfax went, but I do not find him, unfortunately. I do find him later in the game, but these villagers are gonna be finally building their town center, and I presume it's gonna be somewhere here. Perhaps he's looking for a good location. I do ping over there that perhaps there's oh, I see. So what happens is yellow has realized that there are sheep there, so he's probably gonna go around there and try and do something there. I realized that I do have a lot of wood, so I'm gonna start controlling this section here. And this is not a bad lake, actually. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, why am I saying 7? Sorry, this is 7. Yep, this is 7 fish, and yep. So I do try and make use of it. And here, what a noob mistake I have made. I did not realize that this is the gap, and what a mistake. And this is gonna cost me a lot. This is gonna cost me a lot, as it's gonna apply the pressure. Already, it's stopping me and preventing me from farming and wood cutting, and it's gonna cause a lot of pressure. But we're seeing scout cavalry, and they are gonna go around, and you'll see their scouting location is actually quite. Not sure what he's doing with this amount of scout cavalry, or what he's going to do, but it seems like he's just wandering around, seeing the locations. I am finally at feudal, so I can perhaps aim to do something. I'm going for a fast. I'm looking to do a fast feudal time. Sorry, fast castle. And here's the good thing. I didn't realize this when I did build my dock, but this passage here is just a little bridge that little bridge. I make galleys. I make galleys because I think this water is connected, but I soon find out that the water isn't connected, and I made that galley for no reason. But yeah, this is really the only isolated pond. There is another one here, but there's no fish. Lake, sorry, I should call this a lake. And I researched wheelbarrow. I'm trying to get my population up. Right now, the population difference is not that big, actually. We're both in feudal. We're both doing good. His score lead is 400, so he has the advantage. And he sent his large scout army to fetch the sheep. I guess the sheep need guarding, but really, I haven't seen him utilizing these scout cavalry. And one of the things that he could have done is perhaps, knowing that there is a mill here, and knowing that there is a house here, because he did see the house, he could have attacked these mills, he could have attacked these houses and caused pressure. He could have started attacking these houses right here and ultimately caused me to start walling like a madman, to really make me panic that, look, there's going to be attacks from all sides coming and I'll lose a villager if I don't concentrate enough. And really, that's what he really should have been doing. If you're going to be investing a lot of resources in these scout cavalry, you better use them, as they do have 6 attacks, so they could have done a lot of damage had he used them. Again, more Galizia, perhaps scouting the locations would be nice. And here, Shadowfax decided to not really play as he did. I guess at this point we can confirm that Shadowfax did realize that there really is no point as he's gonna end up dying anyway. Perhaps he'll decide later he wants to build a town center, but right now he's not. I send a few spearmen to try and deal some damage. I want to speed things up a bit, because what's going to happen is we're gonna see an attack from yellow on my end. I just make a small establishment here just to like protect my boats and stuff, because I do see his scout cavalry roaming. I don't realize this, and I probably won't. I bring in my spearmen in his base. And what happens here is again, this is what I was talking about earlier, how if you're gonna wall, make it complete. A wall is only good if it's complete. If there's a gap in the wall, then the wall is useless. And you've seen it here. Oh, we're finally seeing a move on this end by using the same scout cavalry. He hasn't made any more, but he's making a watchtower. So this is actually this is not the best position for a watchtower actually. A watchtower here would have been better, or on the wood line here. If a watchtower went up here, then he would have dominated me. Perhaps this was not the best location for a watchtower. Really, when you want to use a watchtower, you need to make sure that the units, the units that are being attacked there. As you can see, I respond with my own watchtower. But really, the point of a watchtower, if you're gonna watchtower rush, is to try and utilize and break this stuff. So if you did make a watchtower here, that meant this side, I cannot get wood from this side, and that'll mean I'll only have to be on this side, and that's gonna cause other problems, because if you watchtower there as well, then it's a real problem, and I'll be starved for wood. And perhaps he should have followed up on it, but I do retaliate with my own wall. And his scout cavalry, again, that same gap. I'm making a very bad mistake. I did not finish to close the gap, but I do finally try and close it. You'll see me desperately trying to get some villagers in there to try and close it, but I force build my town center, watchtower, and yep, it's gonna help me out. Meanwhile, I do still have my spearmen, so I'm preoccupied with all the fighting and stuff that's going on here that I don't realize that there is a spearmen. That spearmen are here. We're gonna see a siege workshop, so we're probably gonna see some mangonels, some rams coming out, and that's when I'm gonna be in trouble. That is the point where that is the point that I do not want to be in. I do not want to have a mangonel up my throat. If a mangonel starts firing and he can protect the mangonel, it's GG for me. So I use my resources, and I see that I have enough if I can sell the excess wood and try and get to Castle Age as fast as possible, and that's exactly what I do. I try and use my villagers to try and bait the scout cavalry that are attacking my watchtower, and meanwhile I do bring my spearmen back. So I'm losing villagers. I got many idols, but I need to protect this base, and I need to try and deal with it. And right now I send 3 up here along with my villagers, and all these units are gonna die. All these scout cavalry that are going to engage my spearmen, they're also going to die. Very effective spearmen against scout cavalry, very effective. Meanwhile, still more fishing going on, booming. Perhaps another town center would have been best. Complete your walls again. Finally a town center for Shadowfax. It is now 30 minutes in the game, and a town center is now up for Shadowfax. So this watchtower now is going to be under attack by both my villagers and my spearmen, so this watchtower is not going to survive. And this is one of the things that I do, is that I want to counter attack as fast as possible. As currently our scores are the same, So I need to utilize this advantage that I'm not an advantage, but the fact that our scores are stable and I could do some damage after having destroyed his attack force. Although I'm not sure at this point, I don't know whether he has an attack force or what he's doing, but I do know that I need to get to his base as fast as possible. So what I do, instead of attacking with my siege work with my spearmen, I decide to just wall it up. And this is one of the strategies that I think a lot of people can employ, and it's really effective. What it does, it essentially, you block off. I scout around with the villager, the same village with the villager, to try and see what's happening over here, because I see that there's Yellow's villagers are coming across my lands, and I'm wondering something's going on here. But of course there's nothing too much. There's only 5, so we'll have to see what he's planning to do. But on this side, what I was saying earlier is that if you wall it off here, the units that come out can only stay inside, as they don't have enough space to garrison outside. So if you do this, not only is this a cost-effective way to completely negate this siege workshop, it basically means that I've spent wood to completely negate this wood bonus, and I end up as the victor in this situation. It would be best if I can delete it, but of course I can't really, with spearmen hammering it down for ages and ages. It's going to take some time. And as I said, I did want to retaliate, because my score right now is higher than him, simply because I am just booming and I get my town center out. And this is a mistake that Shadowfax Venom is doing. He's not building another town center. He's not utilizing advantages. But I finally start making my monks. I'm gonna start building my houses, and this combination, I have to say, is probably one of the best combinations of the game. If you in Castle Age, if you do a mangonel, spearmen, and monk rush, you can win the game hands down. If there's a castle, or if there's something that demands the usage of battering rams, then bring in rams. Bring in like 5-6 rams to try and deal with it. But you'll see how powerful this is, because the spearmen take care of any units such as the scout cavalry that are resistant, and the knights easily. Even spearmen right now, they are a threat to knights, because losing a spearman is nothing, as it can be easily replaced. But losing a knight, which costs gold, and that is a huge loss. And considering the fact that look at this, we're gonna see the first 3 knights, and my monk, we're gonna see some monk action here now. Now this is what allows me to come back into the game, and you'll see some of the decisions I make on converting the right units at the right time to try and deal with this. So I convert one of these knights to try and expand my army. He only has 1 knight, he only has 1 monk, so I'm assuming he's going to go monks as well to try and beat me. That's what I can only assume. So here we see the scout cavalry that's charging straight for my monk, actually for the villager, but really even if that went for the monk, the spearman would have dealt with it. Shadowfax just booming up his fuel now, but yep, nothing happening from him, so we won't be able to talk much about him this game. But my monk here is still, again, you can see straight up murders the scout cavalry, and straight up the knight comes into my range, and I convert it. I should have really completely microed the knight and attacked his monk. Maybe that would have been the best choice. I would have killed the monk, but I didn't do so. But I got 2 monks out now, more spearmen. I'm building barracks. I want to bring out more spearmen, because the barracks I made spearmen was up here. I'm gonna speed this game up a bit, and what I do here is I'm building a watchtower, as I do not want him to start pushing in constantly with units, as I do want to build my siege workshops and more barracks. Oh, and these villagers that were there earlier, that were rushing through my base when my walls weren't complete, they were here and they're just mining the gold. So it's a bit sneaky on Thing's behalf, but he's doing what he's doing. Finally, see again this, so close, but the power of the monks. The fact that if this scout cavalry attacked the monk first, that monk would have died. But I converted the scout cavalry. That's one of the units that came from him. He's building a watchtower here. I'm building more houses because I'm starting to spam out units. Well, very soon I'll be, but I'll start immediately applying the pressure. And I got 4 monks here. This is the key here. 4 monks. The power of monks. You'll experience the power and how I win. Take a note of this castle over here and how this castle. There are 5 villagers here. 1 villager down. So that castle is gonna get delayed more. I go to this point here, to the furthest point I can possibly be, and immediately a quick wall by me on either side. I don't want to start building a barracks. So right now he can't bring his units in without deleting a stable or going around. But my spearmen are there, and here I managed to convert a knight, and I'm healing my knight, and I managed to convert another knight. So I converted the 2 knights that were meant to protect him, and I'm going to kill his villagers and prevent him from building that castle. And that ultimately causes him to lose this base, because the civilization I'm playing is Turks, and Turks, although they're not a monk civilization, they do have redemption. And if you have redemption, you can just convert everything here. Nothing's gonna stop you. Meanwhile, on this side, Shadowfax, nothing much. I'm just beaming up ahead. The 3 galleys are just protecting the villages over here. Everything's on fire. See what I mean? Siege work's still alive, but it's completely negated. He can't really do anything. But I bring my monks in. The monks with redemption in. The monks with redemption in, and very soon what's gonna happen is, yep, Shadowfax is castle age now. Very soon what's gonna happen is I'm researching redemption now. So I'm just waiting for redemption to work, to finish, and then I'm just gonna convert. And at this point, really, Venom had such a huge advantage this game, and yet he didn't utilize it. The fact is, he had the right idea. This game, when he started building a siege workshop, and then when he went, when he tried to build a siege workshop, perhaps he was building mangonels, perhaps he was building rams, doesn't matter. Mangonels, I suppose, would have been the best choice, and I think he would have built that as well. But what he did was he built and invested a lot in scout cavalry when he didn't do any damage to me whatsoever, and that's what I think cost him the game, because not only did you delay your castle time when you had the advantage to go castle to bring out the siege that a feudal player cannot do, you completely negated your bonus and allowed me to catch up. And that's really why this game changed. And the fact that I was using monks to try and convert your army as well really meant that, if you can see, all the knights are from him, all the spearmen are mine, all the cavalry are his, and I'm just gonna start converting all his buildings. And again, like he did with the other buildings, he's just gonna, before I convert them, he's just gonna force delete them. He's gonna delete everything, even his town center. Why not? Because reason. And nothing really special is happening here. We do see an army here, so we're gonna hopefully not skirmish our army, but we're gonna see something here. But at this point, I've gotten control on a lot of the map, and yep. Oh, as for that relic that I was gonna get earlier, I completely forgot about this. Completely forgot about the relics. I do make a castle here to try and defend the backside. Perhaps I was thinking the 5 villagers that were there, perhaps they got a military base here, they want to attack me, but that wasn't the case. But I just force build a watchtower and I start attacking him. And I use the scout and I use the knight to start scouting, and I realized that, look, there is a castle here. So I start building. So I will be building rams. Yep, siege workshop. This game I think highlights the power of having monks, and having monks at the right time, because a lot of people, they don't use monks, or they don't use monks in the right combination. Because the thing about monks, you need to protect them against 2 things. You need to protect monks against really everything. But if you have a mangonel, you can protect the monk against mass units, mass infantry, archers, and if you have a spearman or pikeman army, you can protect them from knights. And really, if you can protect your monks and have a large number of them, you really can win the game even if you're behind. And that's really the power of the monks, and it's really why I won this game as easily as I did and made that knight conversion, 2-knight conversion that completely wiped his defense here. Otherwise, he would have forced me back. Perhaps he would have still had his eco to boom up, because he was rebuilding quite a bit here, and you know, it could have really gone another way, and maybe there could have been a secret alliance over here. And what happened here, I missed out, was that the Janissaries here started the cavalry archers. They started attacking my Janissaries, my units over here and my base, so that my walls were being attacked. So I thought, no, I'm gonna start killing Shadowfax now. He's becoming a threat when he wasn't. But yeah, just for a little yeah, he really couldn't do anything against 17 attack power Janissaries. So yeah, this has been Time Wilder, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you've seen how monks can utterly change the game, and really, if you're not gonna night rush, monk and siege rush. So thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.